Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. I'm trying to take a vacation, but I really can't. I guess this means I'm like a workaholic. Okay, I guess that means what I mean. I'm trying to take the day off. I can't do it. I just saw this thing on Bleeding Cool. I don't look at Bleeding Cool. It's terrible. Bleeding Cool is always awful. And it's always interesting when you see propaganda and you understand its function. Like, watching it in context really really gives it a little bit of meaning. So I'm doing a quick video. I'm going to try and wrap this one up pretty quickly about this very clear propaganda. Okay, very clear propaganda. We're going to be looking at a couple of articles. Before we get into it, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. All those things are fan-dabby. Double dozy. Fan-dabby, double dozy. Like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. Check out my Indiegogo, which I've decided is being closed down next week. Next week is going to be before the end of September, which is when I say I wanted to fulfill. I think it's going to go to print. Okay, I got my printers ordered out for the US. That's all in the cart, ready to go. I'm really, the only thing I'm waiting for right now is John Malin's address. John Malin's doing the fulfillment, I hope. So I got to know where to ship these comics to. So yeah, 2 freaking awesome graphic novels. And they're all ready for the UK and the rest of the world printers. They're all ready. I'm just waiting for them to give me the bill to pay for the shipping. Okay, and we're good to go. So I'm closing this down. Finito. I guess Wednesday, Thursday next week. I will let you know. I will let you know. But yeah, the end. That's when it's going. It's 2 freaking awesome graphic novels, biblical Bible stories, Age Creators, Resurrection Rogues, 240 pages long, and the Imperial read a love letter to telly fantasy in the 1960s. Tons of extras. Everybody gets, because we've done well. Everyone's getting like 3 posters now with it. You get this one. You get this one. And this one, a bit of a Doctor Who fan, me, I should let you know. Then you get the For the Male Gaze cards. You got a bit of a James Bondy one. Get the British end up. Don't even think it's Citizen. Party like it's 1999. No hanky-panky in the TARDIS. What was it? Sensing Strong Emotions Captain. And what's the word? The Force is female. And then we got more posters as well. Listen, if you've got high level tiers, we all send you more posters. Whatever. It's happening, baby. It's all going down. Fine. Let's look at this article. Yeah, let's start over here. We're Bleeding Cool, the shilliest of the shills. Now, when I first saw this, I was like, what's going on? It took me about 30 seconds before I realized this is what's going on. The James Bond movie is going to tank. It's going to be woke, and it's going to go broke. It's going to tank. It's going to make, I think, Critical Drinker, I think, was saying it's got to make something in the realm of 700 million to break even. Right? It's had 3 marketing campaigns, so they're like 100 million a piece. That's a lot of money right there. So it's probably going to make 700 million to break even. It's tracking to make anything between 50 and 80 million the first weekend. Probably its entire haul will be no more than 200 if it's lucky, right? The age of billion-dollar movies is over. So they're going to be pretty darn lucky to do that. So it's going to flop. Best will in the world is going to flop, but it's going to flop hard if it's woke. And I think it's good woke. Okay, we're going to find. So what's going on is Rich Johnson here, Bleeding Cool, who's a terrible propagandist, right? He's been putting this article out now to say how out of touch the audience is that we can't accept the woke James Bond when Alan Moore clearly does, and we got to all believe Alan Moore. Generally speaking, I kind of agree with Alan Moore on most things, but let's read the article and then we'll read the real reason why he's writing it. When Alan Moore talked about James Bond's misogyny in '86, okay. James Bond always was misogynistic, right? Roger Moore was not so much. But as a character, that was kind of his appeal, right? That he was a really not a good person. He's an assassin. He murders people, and he's a misogynist, and he uses women. Yes, okay. All these things are bad, and you shouldn't be. But that kind of was his appeal, right? That's kind of his appeal because he was very charming at the same time. There's been considerable discussion after Kerry Anega, I think the director of the new James Bond movie, he's a good director. He did, what was it, Maniac? I really love that on Netflix. The director of the James Bond movie, No Time to Die, which would be the time James Bond dies as a franchise. Called Sean Connery's version of the character, basically a rapist. Yeah. It depends how you define rape. Now, it's interesting. In Jewish law, rape is defined slightly differently than in secular law, right? And if you talk a woman into sex, right, we basically just wear her down and talk her into it. That's kind of considered on the rape spectrum, right? Which is where Sean Connery's James Bond was, and certainly Sean Connery. I mean, look, I'm sure they'll tell us more about it in a second. There we go. Is that controversial? It would hardly be the first time. Funk Anaga. God, could he just have an easier name to say? Funk Anaga. Fuck Anaga. Whatever his name is. Asked Hollywood Reporter, is it Thunderbolt or Goldfinger where basically Sean Connery's character rapes a woman? And she's like, no, and yes, this. That wouldn't fly today. Yeah, but she was kind of happy about it. Okay, much more disturbing. Roger Moore, that Sean Connery James Bond moment was From Russia with Love. Fantastic one. Where he's hanging out with a bunch of gypsies for some reason, and there's these two really, really, really gorgeous women. Is gypsy a bad word now? Romany? Not sure what you're supposed to say. Traveling people. They were called gypsies at the time, right? Gypsies. That's what they said. And two gorgeous women were about to fight over one man. They both wanted the same man, and they're going to fight to him. And it was James Bond stopped the girl fight because he didn't like such a thing. A bit distasteful girl fight by sleeping with both of them, I think, and then deciding which was the lesser one to give to the guy. I think it was something along those lines. Let me know in the comments. It was something really bad. Okay, stop the girl fight. I just remember that line where he says to the guy judge, "Stop the girl fight." Okay, that wouldn't fly today. Bond's executive producer Barbara Oakley said, I think people are coming around as some kickling simply to accept this stuff is no longer acceptable. Well, that's what made it cool. Bloody hell. That's what made it cool. That it wasn't acceptable. Thank goodness. Bond is a character who was written in 1952. The first film came out in 1962. Thunderbolt contains a scene in which Bond harshly kisses a nurse who has refused his advances, and then that he will only keep quiet about information that could cost her a job if she had sex with her. I got to go and see Thunderball again. Okay, see, I like him being being a bad person. It's not, it's not nice, but it's entertaining, right? I suppose my silence could have a price, he says. But she was kind of into it, as I remember. She was like, she was kind of into it in the movie. I think in real life, probably not. Don't do this in real life. That's bad, okay? That's bad. Bond then pushes her into the sauna, takes off her clothes to her process station, while in Goldfinger, Bond is seen to force herself on her back with Pussy. Pussy galore. I mean, honestly, her name's Pussy galore. Well, I mean, like, it's a bit Austin Powers, isn't it? I want to hump a lot. In the hay barn, something that Ian Fleming saw as curing her of being a lesbian. Well, he's a public serviceman, is James Bond, of course. Which brought to mind Alan Moore's introduction to Batman Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller and Klaus Janson in 86, taking fictional heroes with legacies he wrote as our political social. This is 86 to show how not fascist the world was then, which the crazy people like Rich Johnson insist they were. As our political and social consciousness continues to evolve, Alan Quarterman stands revealed as just another imperialist out to exploit the natives, and we begin to see the overriding factor of James Bond's psychology makeup is the utter hatred and contempt of women. Yes, Yes, again, this is core to Bond. Yeah, with Alan Moore writing it. Yeah, but again, they glossed over that in the Roger Moore years, right? It was just like everybody fell in it. Oh, James, I need you. My favorite Bond movie still remains Spy Who Loved Me, with the gorgeous blonde Russian spy in his snow chalet in the beginning, as he gets off in his bright yellow super 80s well, I think it was late 70s, but super 80s ski suit to go and run away from a bunch of Russian spies all wearing black, helpfully. She said, "But James, I need you." And he says, "But so does England, dear. So does England." So that was the Roger Moore one. Yeah, they went away from that. Timothy Dalton wanted to get more back to that. At least, yeah. Was it him? Whoever was the driving force at the time. When most of us would prefer to enjoy the above-mentioned Gentleman Avengers without spoiling things with considerable implications, is beside the point. No, I like those implications, right? That's important to me. The fact remains we have changed along with our society, and such characters created today would be the subject to extreme suspicion and criticism. Again, this was '86 when all the crazes were telling us we were openly racist and bigoted and everything was bad back then. That was back in '86, before Timothy Dalton debuted in Bond. Moore would later go on to write Alan Quartermain in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, as well as and he kind of reformed him as well. Made him into a hero, as well as introducing a version of James Bond, Jimmy Bond, as the antagonist of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and became like the chief villain in the last book. And Mina Harker, especially a confrontation that would impact the entire future books. Yeah, it was very much in character. It was an attempted rape of this female character, Mina Harker, and she gets the upper hand. Thankfully. But yeah, look, he was basically saying how regressive people are when they're all going to come out and say this new James Bond is so woke, it's so horrible and woke. Well, I had to make it woke because he's a terrible person. No, that's what makes it great. So why do I think that's going to happen? Because of this article. No Time to Director Carrie Unaga. Dude, change your name, mate. Change your name. Admits film is woke while attempting to deny it. Let's see. The director of the upcoming James Bond film, No Time, blah, 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 blah. Admitted while trying to deny rumours that writer Phoebe Waller-Bridge had bought into wokeify the script, which she obviously had. In an interview with a Hollywood Reporter, whatever his name is, what's his name? Carey. Okay, I'm going to go on Carey. Discusses how he modernises Bond in the post-Me Too reality. First, the director accuses Bond of rape in past movies. Is it Thunderbolt? Yeah, okay, we just read this. Yes! Don't deny. Who's it? Who wrote this? Oh, man, I was about to vomit in my own mouth. Man, that's how mad. Jonathan, dude. Yes, Bond is basically a misogynist rapist. Yes, that's why we like him. That's why women like him too. That's why women find him sexy. I'm not saying go and be a misogynist racist. No, that he carries it off with such aplomb, right? That's why women find him sexy. Idiots. I was almost killed in Rat. She tells him, "You better come along with me. Spend a few minutes in the steam room to help you relax." What? This was in Thunderbolt, right? It says repeatedly, and then. Bond responds, "Somebody's going to wish that never happened." Patricia says, "Well, you wouldn't tell Dr. Wayne, please, I'd lose my job." It seemed to be in the movie, yeah, we just talked about this, that she was kind of a game they're playing, but yeah, okay, whatever. Fine. We're just going over old stuff here. After calling a rapist, which he kind of is. I kind of like that he is, but he is. Then attempted to refute the idea Waller-Bridge brought in to make the film more woke. I think the exception is I think that's the expectation. A female writer, female writing very strong female roles, but that's something Barbara wanted already from my very first conversations with Broccoli. It was a very strong drive. You can't have Bond. You can't change Bond overnight into a different person, but you can definitely change the world around him and the world and he functioned. And he wouldn't really like the world around him as it is today. He continued. The director then continued to say, "It's a story about a man as a spy in this world, but you've got to be willing to lean into the work to make female characters." More than just contrivances. I'm fine with it being more than just contrivances. I mean, honestly, look at was it Diana Rigg in not Never Say Never Again. What's it called again? Her Majesty's Secret Service. That's again. This is a central point of James Bond movies. Okay, Bond girls. This is how it works. This is generally how it works. He normally has a few throwaway flings with people he doesn't really give a damn about, right? But there's always some woman who he views as an equal that he eventually gets into bed at the end, right? And it was very consensual. I mean, this is going all right up to the Pierce Brosnan ones. He had that great line when he's with Denise Richards as a nuclear scientist, Dr. Christmas Jones. And his last line was, I always wanted to have Christmas in Morocco. They were in Morocco. nearly as good as, I think he's tempting re-entry, sir. Can I pick this on Bob, Lara, and Daniel how to make good the female characters equity? Just write them as human people, as human beings, for God's sake, and how to keep them in charge of themselves, and how to, again, maybe give them flaws, have them want to sleep with James Bond. That might be an idea. How to give them solo moments where the audience learns who they are. Yeah, there's solo moments that are going to mean talk about them buying tampons apparently, which is. Yeah, not so good. Wait a minute, that's Barbara Broccoli and Michael Wilson? Aren't they the same age? She looks like she's like 35, 40. He looks like he's 97. Blimey, that's what it's like being married to Barbara Broccoli, apparently. It was really important to empower the female characters as standalones. And I think, okay, listen, you don't have to give everybody the Bechdel bloody male characters. What, are we going to find out the history of the henchman? It's like, wait, I used to go to school. I wanted to be an artist. As he's fed to a tank, or I meant to say a shark. A shark, look, these things happen. We kept that in mind throughout the shoot. It didn't feel like Nomi as a young black woman was constantly standing behind a white guy, which for me is job done. Look, it sounds like if you overbalanced it, she's going to be like, look at me, I'm stunning and brave, every bloody frame of the movie. And that was a very conscious decision for Carrie, she added. Okay. Broccoli also admitted the film is woke. I think people are coming around to the idea of kicking blah, 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 blah. We just read that, 52. Okay, I agree. But again, the pendulum. I understand. James Bond raping lots of women. Maybe you want to move the pendulum a little bit. Not all the way at the other end where he's being, cucked. Read the Vita Ayala James Bond. It was freaking awful. Absolutely awful. So it doesn't bode well, does it? But why is Bleeding Cool doing this article? Why? Because they know how bad it's going to go. They know exactly how bad it's going to go, and they're getting ready to say it's all your fault. It's all your fault, which is really the only thing they've got left to say now. It's all your fault, even though they know it's all their fault. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. And ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.